Hey, after a long summer, we got a very special guest rejoining us here on AM Tampa Bay, and that is the one and only Michael Francis of the Florida Orchestra. And, Michael, you got away from all the heat over in Europe during the summer, I understand.
I did, and it's lovely to be back. Yes, I escaped some of the humidity and the alligators to go back home to England. Then I was a little bit in Finland and then in Germany, and I just came back on Monday to start the season here, our 51st season with the Florida Orchestra.
51st, yeah. We celebrated the 50th last year, and let's see, what have we got coming up this weekend? First, it's going to be the most famous four notes in music.
Which sound like?
Bum, 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 bum.
There you go. You just heard it.
Isn't that in C minor?
Oh, Aaron,
we're about to hear?
Aaron, you're getting good.
That's
impressive.
I've been studying in the off-season.
This is the most iconic piece in classical music. This is the one that everybody has heard many, many times. But there's so much more to this piece than just those four notes. After all, it does last at least half an hour.
The second four, bum.
It continues. And, Jack, you're going to come and hear it this afternoon.
Yeah, we're going to be at the rehearsal this afternoon. Yeah.
And you always enjoy coming to hear it. Isn't it amazing to hear an orchestra live?
That is. Just to watch them, it seems so matter-of-fact for them. And I'm thinking, good Lord, how they all come together and it's all right. And occasionally you'll have a guy in the back who you look around, he says something and you tell him something, and I never understand what's going on there.
Well, that's okay. It's like when I look at your radio crib sheet. This, to me, looks like something off the Starship Enterprise. It's so complicated. But the piece is extraordinary. And if you want to know more about it, we have a very special concert on Thursday. That's our Inside the Music series, and that's at the Palladium in St. Petersburg. It's a free concert in which the first half we break down this piece. We explain it. I'll go through it for about half an hour, 45 minutes to take the piece apart. So if you know nothing about music or you want to know even more about music, it's a great way to discover the masterpieces. It's like going to a museum and having the audio thing, but I'm your audio thing with live orchestra, and then in the second half we'll perform the piece in its entirety. It's become very popular, and it's a good thing to do because I think this concerts this weekend are sold very well. Saturday night is sold out, so if you're in St. Petersburg and you like classical music, you're going to have to come on Thursday.
Yep, and either that or come to Clearwater or Tampa.
That's right. Friday night, 8 o'clock, is the opening of the season in the Morsani Hall in Tampa, and on 7:30 on Sunday night at Ruth Eckert Hall in Clearwater.
I'm excited for the season because you look back to last year. It's not just classical, which is great as well, but looking to the season ahead, you guys do so many other things where people will really be interested in this, even if they're not, the classical music guy.
That's absolutely right. And I think that's the joy of what we do in the Florida Orchestra. We reflect our community. We have concerts with Disney coming up in between November 2nd and 4th. We have so many youth concerts. We're coming into our youth concert series with schools, with family. There's so much going on. Free concerts in the park. You can't imagine how diverse and wonderful we are. But, of course, at the very center of it is that love of classical music.
Yeah.
And the other great piece, and I think it's one of your favorites, Jack, is Rachmaninoff's second piano.
Is that another C minor?
Oh, Aaron, this is impressive. This is impressive.
Thank you.
What key is the Respighi in?
F high.
That's close enough.
F-sharp.
F sharp minor flat. Perfect.
I'm sure Jeff Kirkendall would have said, I used to see minors. I'm from West Virginia. But I want to – we got a pair of tickets to Morsani Hall. That's going to be this weekend.
Yeah, opening night, Friday night.
Friday night. A pair of tickets. And to the first person who can call in and tell us what language Michael Francis speaks, it ain't American, I'll tell you that.
And actually, it's going to be the most remarkable concert because each of the three pieces, the Respighi Pines of Rome, the Rachmaninoff Second Piano Concerto, and Beethoven's Symphony No. 5, have the greatest endings in music. Each one will give you that goosebump, jump off your feet, standing ovations, thrill of being in a live symphonic concert, sat next to thousands of people.
Hey, there's another big favorite you're going to be playing later, too. This will be later on, but Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. God, I love that.
Oh, that's fantastic. And with a brilliant Cuban pianist. And then we also have Holst the Planets, which is a remarkable piece. Mendelssohn Midsummer's Night Dream, A Child of Our Time with Michael Tippett. And you know, what's so enjoyable for me is how successful we're becoming. And last year we sold 125,000 tickets.
Wow.
The previous year was only 100. This year I'm aiming for 1 million tickets.
We're going for 1 million this time around. Well, let me get the website out here, and I want to FloridaOrchestra.org You can get all the information on what's coming up and arrange your tickets.
You can't beat the
Florida
price. Starting at
Orchestra.
$18, you cannot beat that.
Oh, I know. It's an incredible evening or afternoon in some cases. FloridaOrchestra.org. And Michael Francis, good to see you down here, and your English is getting better.
Well, I'm certainly trying my very, very best for you, sir.
Okay, we got you. It's 7:57 on AM Tampa Bay.